Welcome to Monday, the day of the moon. A lot of people seem to have difficulty with life. It seems to be a struggle. It's not what life is meant for. Now, life is not going to be perfect. Nobody's life story is all woohoo. Well, some seem that way, doesn't it? But sometimes our expectations fringe on, well, outside of reality. And it doesn't have to be, where's my peacock all cockeyed there? So we all have our ups and downs. We have our what we call our good days, our bad days. There's stuff that gets on our nerves. We're human. We get down. We get depressed. We get up. We get high. We get woo-hoo. And we sometimes it's hard to find this balance in life to find some constant, to be grounded, and to find a way to enjoy this experience we've got to the best of our ability. I think we're brought up in a culture to where expectations are totally unrealistic. What we see on TV, what we see in the ads, what we see and the vision that's painted to us, and then sometimes our parents present certain things to us, and everybody wants this perfect little world to live in or whatever. And it can be confusing getting started out in life. Are you happy with the life you're living? Is your life a life? Is it a drama? Is it a thriller? Is it a mystery? Is it an adventure? You know, you watch stories, you watch movies, you read books or whatever, and there's genre. It's just like, I love reading a thriller. I like drama. I like a love story. I like an adventure. I like a mystery. The kind of entertainment you like can maybe tell you something about yourself. I have often shared with people the thought that you have this time, birth, death, that time, that's all you've got. That's it. Now, what happens after death? There's all kinds of beliefs, okay? And that's what they are, they're beliefs. Are you dying to get there to find out? But we know we got this. What are you going to do with that? What are you going to get out of that? We have relationships. We get disappointed in what some of our relations do. We get frustrated with the way things go. It's all about taking a breath. It's all about how you view this entire story that you're living out. Because in the end, it is your story. Now you can be the main player of your story, or you can simply be living in a story that it's everybody else's story. You're watching everybody else's story unfold around you, and maybe you're trying to intervene and manipulate other people's story, or you're focused on your story. And just because it's your story does not mean that you're creating conflict with other people's stories. You see, when conflict arises, and this is what you've got to examine for yourself, nobody's going to be like you want them to be. So the first thing you got to do is quit trying to change people. This is the problem that one of the problems I had with religion was it was a constant. This got to be this way. You got to believe like me. And it's so ingrained in you in the churches and in religion, whether it's whatever religion you're in, you're brought up in this culture of it's my belief, it's the right belief, and everybody else is wrong. And if you go through life like that, it's going to be unsettling. It's not going to be fair to yourself or anybody else. You're expending a lot of energy concerning yourself for things you can't change. And you're missing out on your life, your story, because you think that you can change other people's lives to fit this vision that you have of what life should be. When reality, it's your life. You can influence other people. There's a big difference between trying to change people and influence people. This is why laws don't work. This is why punishment reward systems don't work, because you've never really changed anybody. You've influenced behavior. That's all you've done is influenced behavior. You have created situations like, I'll give you this if you'll do that, if you'll act this way, or if you'll refrain from doing that. Well, the whole goal is they want this. It has nothing to do with changing anything. It doesn't change anything. You're giving them reward and threaten to punish to change behavior. It's not very effective. If that were effective, there'd be no more murders, there'd be no more rape, nobody'd be texting and driving, there'd be nobody speeding, there'd be no tailgating, there'd be no more rape, there'd be no more theft or robberies. Why would there not be? Because we've got the laws. We incarcerate more people in the United States than any other nation on the planet. We're very effective about catching people doing things we don't want them to do. But we're not good about preventing people from doing things we don't want them to do. Why? Because reward and punishment doesn't work. Because we've never learned that what we have to share and what we have to do, the time we have to take with each other to change a heart is different than the time we take with reward and punishment. We want to live in this black and white world. Why can't you see it my way? And we don't take the time to articulate calmly and intellectually the why. See, when it comes to starting out, the kids are starting out their lives, young ones, and you're guiding them through. They're just kids. I'm the wise old person. No, they're just kids. So I've got to guide them through here. It's like, no, don't do that. Yes, do that, and I'll buy you an ice cream. We start that reward punishment system early in the game. We're not sitting there saying, sit down, Junior. Let's have a talk. Let me tell you a story. Let me spend time with you. No, the time we spend with these precious young adults is, want to go to a movie? Let's watch TV. Let's go to a concert. We're not spending any really parenting time. And we don't do that with each other as adults either. It's always this reward punishment from birth all the way through. We teach them that. We ingrain this in them. We're not spending time. Nobody's mentoring. We have a failed society because of this. It's a wonder we get along and survive as we do. So we see on the roadways, we see people going 80, 90 miles an hour and 60 and 70 mile an hour speed zones on each other's bumpers and driving like maniacs. We gotta get there, gotta get there. It's like the Talladega 500 is 65 or 280 or 31. There's laws against that. There's punishment if you get caught. So we trained them from youth with this. They never grew out of that. They never became adults. So they're missing their lives because we trained them this way. There's really no change of the heart ever because nobody took the time to say, sit down, let's spend some time together. It's always, let's go to a movie, let's go out to eat, let's watch TV, let's play with a ball. We're never spending time, we're never sitting on the front porch in a swing and talking about life, sharing. It's not happening. It's all about entertainment, it's all about sports. This is the way we're spending our lives. This is why we're failing, because that time, that precious time, we sit focused on each other. We have people, you go out to eat with them and, yeah, okay. We never give each other time. We don't know how to communicate because we don't communicate. We talk about superficial things. We're not talking about anything of depth. We're not talking about humanity. What'd you think about that football game, Bob? Did you see him run with that ball? Oh man, I love that movie. Wasn't that a good movie? What are we talking about? What are we expending our energy of life on? Don't do that. You'll get a ticket. We're not getting. Let's think about this for a minute, John. Let's think about this. You know, the reason they had this sign that says slow down to 35 miles an hour on this road right here at this section is because all of a sudden you've been driving past these open fields, but all of a sudden you come into a residential area. There's the people, there's roads, people coming in and out of these roads. It's a safety thing. It's a safety thing. You ever tell your kids and explain to them the safety? As you're driving along, it slows down to 35. You have to take the time to say, you know, why, Junior, it says to slow down here? Really, I don't need the sign to know I should slow down here. I don't need to be told to slow down because I can see there's a lot of activity here. There's a potential of a lot of activity. It's basic law of physics, reaction time. So I need to slow down so if some activity is taking place, I can react to it. But no, don't slow down, don't speed. There's a cop. He sits right up there. That's the way we teach. Don't be speeding down that road. They got speed traps. That's the way we teach. They're not learning anything. They're just learning this reward punishment system. They're not learning a real reason as to why we should do these things. We're not motivating properly. And so it never changes. There's no cop around here. Watch how fast my car will go. I wish that son of a bitch would get out of my way. He's doing a speed limit and I want to do 90. I'm going to ride on his ass and intimidate the fuck out of him. We never take the time to explain. It's all about reward and punishment. No cop around? Hee hee, I'm having fun. There's a cop? I'm being good. Because we're not taking time with each other. You're not taking time with your kids. It's all about entertainment. What can I do to entertain my kids? You don't have to goddamn entertain your kids 24/7. You know that, right? It's not about entertainment. Mom, I'm bored. Really? Life is wide open. It's full and you're bored? No, you're not. You're not bored. You just don't want to do the things that needs to be done. There's no room for boredom in life when you think about it. There's absolutely no room. There's always something to fill your time with, whether it's intellectual conversation with something to get done, helping somebody. Absolutely no reason a person should ever be bored. Oh, but if you're used to it's entertainment time, that's why we have all these screwed up people on this planet now. That's why we have these people clamoring around a celebrity weatherman. Because instead of filling their time actually doing something for people in need, doing something that needs to be done, they want to make themselves feel good. That's why somebody gets sick. You hear something on social media, you get prayers, 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 thoughts and prayers, 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 thoughts and prayers. How many of them are going to take the time? No, and go actually do something. Can I come and cut your grass for you? Do you need some? You want me to go pick up some groceries for you? How about cook dinner for you? How many people do that? It's about entertainment. Would you like me to entertain your kids? What do you want to do this evening? Oh, I don't know. Let's watch TV. Let's go play with a ball. We call that freedom. And yeah, it is freedom, isn't it? But this is it. That's the way you're spending your time. You want to sit back, bitch, and moan and complain about life in general. You want to sit back, bitch, and moan and complain about the world in general, the politics, all the above. But what are you doing? Sitting back, bitching, moaning, and complaining. I'm going to cast the vote. The vote's going to change it. No, it's fucking not. It's not going to change it. You can change it. You can change your life. You have to make that decision. But it's not going to come by casting a vote, by playing with a ball, by being entertained. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to bring you happiness. Though entertainment is a distraction from life. It's not life. Entertainment's a distraction from life. Reward and punishment does not stop crime. It does not stop bad behavior. Everybody from the top to the bottom is still violating laws constantly. We got laws at the ass. Now we want to build walls. I've often said, like, what are you building a fucking wall? What, these illegals, people coming across our border. We got laws. We should be punishing harshly the people tying these bitches if we want to control this. We don't want to talk about that, do we? Because that means we have to change. We don't want to change. We're happy where we are. We just want to stop them people from coming over. Why? Because somebody told us we needed to stop them from coming over. Somebody told us that we don't need to be liking these people. But that's okay. I've got a ball to play with. I've got a TV show to watch. I've got a concert to go to. I want to be entertained. Where's the time with your kids? Oh, my poor little darling is bored. Bored. On an average, you've got 70, 80 years of life. With so much on this planet to do. How dare you be bored? Don't blame your ills in life on something else when you choose to spend your time and energy that way. But I care about people. Oh, really? So what are you doing about that? I'm casting my vote. Right here. Right here. This is the answer right there. We must be the change we wish to see in the world. You can effectively change. You can influence the world with the changes you make. Law is not going to change it. We need a law. We need harsher punishment. I wish it worked. We just keep locking up more people and more people and more people. We're not spending time with people. We want to get them out of the way. I ain't got time for that. Get out of my face. I got to be entertained. The old folks over here, the old folks, what are they trained to do? They're retired. They're in their golden years. They spend all their time with their flower gardens and bullshit. If you really care and that bitch about the younger generation, Are you spending time? Are you sitting down? No, I gotta tend to my flowers. Why don't you tend to the young flowers of life and spend time mentoring, sharing what you've learned in your 60, 70, 80, 90 years of life, instead of going out and saying, isn't my flower garden pretty? You could help to create a situation where, aren't these people beautiful? Aren't they? I have to cultivate them. I have to nurture them. That's what I spend my time with. And in today's world, where I'm streaming here, sitting in my little office at my house, I'm not going anywhere. Does this get shared anywhere? I don't know how many people. I don't run anything to see how far I'm getting this stuff out. I don't. But I know that I've got the tools that really, they're right here, and I can do something. I can spend time, not with entertainment. A ball game. These people get excited. Oh, what are they going to do? Can't football. The pandemic's ruining football. You wonder what's wrong with our culture. You wonder what's wrong with people. Because we're not spending time with each other. Quality, good time. We're not. Not at all. We want to be entertained. I worked my ass off all week. I want to go fishing. I want to go hunting. I want to watch a ball game. And we bring our kids up that way. What do you want to do, Junior? Oh, let's go fishing, Dad. Let's go do blah, blah, blah. And then sit back and bitch at the world when we did nothing for the world. And we wonder, huh? So you've lived a few years. You've learned something. Maybe you're at the age you're raising kids. You're not raising your kids. You're entertaining your fucking kids. Don't do that. Quack. Punishment, reward. Hadn't taught them shit. Just don't do that. Why? You're going to get hurt, Junior. You just sit down and say, hey, let's talk about life. Let's talk about something. You ever sit down and watch the news, world events with your kids? You ever have a serious conversation with your kids? Besides God, which is another failed subject. You want to find pedophiles? I challenge you. Go to your search engine and type pastor charged. What's coming out of the churches? Is that the solution? No, they got as many pedophiles in the church as they do on the street. That's not the answer. You can be the answer. Stop depending on institutions. Stop depending on government. And start spending quality. Nothing wrong with entertainment, but we're entertainment crazed. Look at my boat. Look at my four-wheeler. Look at my gun. Look at my heart. Look at my caring. Let me share my time with you. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about what you can do to make your life better. And as you make your life better, what you can do to influence other people's lives. Not by lobbying for a new law. God, we don't need any more laws. We need less laws, less government, and more heart. And the heart should say, turn off the TV, turn off the radio, put the ball away, turn this off. Let's talk. You ready? Let's talk. Let's talk about life. Let's reach down in the heart and let's hold that heart. Let's do something to mold. That's what team is. That's what community is. That's what we should be doing. We're so entertainment crazy. Weddings are nothing but one big show. We're not talking about marriage. We're not spending time talking about marriage, are we? For these young couples, I'm in the marrying business, if you will. They don't spend time talking about marriage. I offer a premarital counseling program. It's a good, very effective program. Very few people want it because it's about the party, it's about the dress, it's about all we are. It's about the superficial of being entertained. How am I going to entertain my guest? Same way I entertain my kids. I never spend any quality time with them. We worry our kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? How the hell are they going to know what they want to be when they grow up? I like the one that says, I want to be happy when I grow up. We want to hear they want to be a doctor, they want to be a lawyer, they want to be a fireman, they want to be a policeman. We want to hear something fascinating and interesting. We're not thinking about what they need to hear, are we? We're judging them by some career instead of some life. We're judging them by some superficial thing to earn dollars instead of their heart. You know where your heart is, because wherever your heart is where your time is. You want to see where somebody's heart is, you'll see how they spend their time. That speaks for where their heart is. You want to raise good, intelligent kids. It doesn't happen in schools. It doesn't happen from a school book. It doesn't happen from learning algebra, getting A's. It happens by teaching them to think. Seriously think about life. Not think about the latest TV show. What's Beyonce doing? What's Michelle Obama wearing? What's the vice president's wife? Who's doing what? Where all this superficial bullshit? Did you see the way she wore her hair? Did she look like an ape? That's where we are as a society. And we don't slow down and think about it. We're just trained. We just want to fit in this culture. We don't want to be the change. It doesn't suit us because it starts turning stuff off. So when's the last time you sat down? I've been doing this for about 30 minutes. When's the last time you spent 30 minutes, not out of anger, not out of any issue that came up, but just, hey, Junior, come and sit down and talk to Dad. What's up, Dad? Did I do something wrong? No, Junior, I just want to chat with my son. I just want to talk about life. Oh, Dad, you're going to make me miss the ball game. Oh, Dad, I was about to text my girlfriend. Yeah, go back and listen to a song called Cats in the Cradle. Time. It counts. Reward and punishment does not work. Proof's in the pudding. Peace. Spend some quality time with somebody. Not posting thoughts and prayers. Do something with depth. Meaningful. Thank you.